I'm here with a special guest, Jeff Carroll. Now, I just saw his movie, Gold Digger Killer, and he is one that is fully responsible for this movie being made. Jeff, welcome to YourEntertainmentTicket.com.
How you doing, Al? It's a pleasure to be here, especially when it's cold in other places.
I know, right? Now, Gold Digger Killer.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that movie.
Gold Digger Killer is a story about a young lady named Imani who becomes lured into the world of fast cars, bling bling, and hustling men, and she's not really ready or prepared for it, and she becomes a victim of that culture. Unfortunately for the guys that victimize her, she is equipped for the vigilante world, and she seeks revenge on her victimization and thus becomes the Gold Digger Killer.
I'm afraid of her, man. I tell you, dog.
I don't think you have to be, because if you're not a bad guy and you're a good guy, you're not disrespectful to women, you have nothing to fear. But all the players out there, all of those pimps, all those guys that are disrespectful to women, yes, they have to be on the lookout.
Yeah. And you wrote this movie, right?
Yes, I did.
Now, how did you get it produced?
I actually dug into something that a lot of people have called the savings account. and pulled out a lot of favors, a lot of contacts, and a lot of ingenuity, and made it happen.
Oh, that's great, great. And well, tell our audience what else you do. You are an agent also, a theatrical agent?
I own Red, Black, and Green Promotions, was started in 1990, and I've been a college booking agent for going on 19 years now.
Wow.
The movie Gold Digger Killer is a byproduct of the growth of that company, which was the premier company that produced it. I used my artists, both comedians and poets, to provide the basic cast for the movie. And then I called upon some acting friends and some other people that I know that want to get into acting, and we made it happen. But RBG Promotions has provided college entertainment to colleges as far as Alaska, as far away as Texas, California, all the way up to New York and Maine for over 17 years.
Now, also, Imani, isn't she a character in one of your comic books also?
Yes, actually, I brought the comic book with me. The company that I started last year, called Hip Hop Comics and Flicks, took the Imani story, or the Imani character from Gold Digger Killer, and just had some fun with it. And we produced a comic book called Imani the Killer. You can go to our blog site, hhcnf.blogspot, or you can go to rbgworld.com and find a link to our comic book site, where we have some background information. We had a summer tour. 2008, we went up to New Jersey, Las Vegas, Atlanta, and promoted our comic book. Philadelphia, promoted our comic book, and we had a lot of fun with it. So you can read about her dealing with other stories that escape the Gold Digger Killer story, and other fantasies that she has, like dealing with chauvinistic vampires.
Wow, man, that sounds exciting. I read that comic book. I really enjoyed it. Now, you know, again, getting back to the movie, when I saw this movie, I did recognize some women that I have met throughout my lifetime and how their characters were in this movie. How did you develop those characters?
Well, I got into myself, and being a heterosexual male, I had a lot of dealings with different women throughout my years of being single, and I just wrote the opposite of my emotions into a female character, having dealt with women that may not have respected me. I never was raped, but I imagined what it would be like, because I had known guys that had taken advantage of women and may not have raped them, but may have come close to date raping them, and took their feelings and their emotions for granted. So that's what I wrote into the character of Imani, what I imagined it would be like.
Wow, because I saw some of that too, and you know, really had some thoughts and things for me that from my past and those type of relations. But I'm just glad I'm not a baller getting shot up by money.
Yes.
I'll tell you, man. Now, what's next for you?
Well, right now I'm called Yo Jeff. I'm actually a hip hop dating coach, and I have a.
Now, what's that?
Well, the energy of the movie was really that we had a lot of problems within our culture of dating, male-female relations within the hip-hop community. And I wanted to showcase, you know, the story of two victims. The players got killed and Imani got raped. And I wanted to show how that played out to offer a solution, and I put that together in 2005, and I started touring talking about the hip-hop dating codes as a way to solve our problems with gold diggers and players and all of that. And I put it together. Now I offer an advice tour called Stop the Game, and I talk to people about how to avoid the dating predators, including pickup artists.
Well, you know, with the way hip hop is going now, they're not selling a lot of records, and a lot of hip hop artists are not really making a lot of money these days. So, is hip hop still a huge culture like it was in the '90s and the early 2000s?
Well, I hail myself as a member of the hip hop culture. I call myself hip hop, just like my brother KRS-One, and we accept hip hop as being a subculture, more than just a music art form. It has a graffiti manifestation, it has a dance manifestation, as well as a fashion.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, as well as a fashion. So it's invading a lot of cultural manifestations, and it's going to grow. It's going to go into food. Puffy has a fragrance. He's got a liquor. You know, FUBU started with fashion. So hip-hop isn't a whole lot of other things. And as a hip-hop dating coach, I appeal to different ethnicities that find the hip-hop subculture their cultural manifestation. So when I talk to people about dating, they don't date like Happy Days. They don't date like, you know, they don't date like it's the 50s and they talk jive. They date like hip-hop.
Right.
So we talk about how it's not about whether you're a black girl or a white girl or an Asian. If you cool and you understand when I say when I'm cool, then we can talk and we can go out on a date, and we have a different manifestation and we have a different energy. So I appeal to that energy, and so therefore I deal with hip-hop dating. I have what's called the hip-hop dating codes.
Wow, I didn't know that was going on. Well, you know, I guess if you are going on a date, they should talk to you first, Jeff.
Oh yeah, well, I mean,
no matter who they are.
That's right. I mean, because it's what's hip now. Hip-hop is the #1 music form. It's in pop music, it's in R&B, and of course it has its own hip-hop charts. So again, it drives the #1 show on your what is it, VH1, Flavor of Love, and then we got the number shows on MTV, and we got a whole channel, BET, that's now like the hip-hop channel. So we got the dating shows.
You got Camaro Simmons.
There you go. So we're all over, but you know, for the
Snoop Dogg even has a TV show now.
Unfortunately,
Family Man.
Unfortunately, he still calls himself Snoop Dogg. He's trying to purify that energy, but we'll have to talk to Snoop later.
Well, why you need to talk to him? I like that. Now, Family Man. He has a football team. I mean, that's and also look at Ludacris. He didn't cut his hair now. He has a nice clean look now. It doesn't seem so much like it's real hip hop. Seem like he's trying to blend in to mainstream America. Both of them.
Well, I give Snoop Dogg, and I don't remember his real name, credit for being
Kevin Bodas.
Okay, I give Calvin credit for being an accomplished human being, but the Snoop Dogg energy we have to deal with, because unless we're going to successfully redefine words, putting images out there of negative characters are what gives hip-hop a very challenging set of obstacles to overcome, because hip-hop wasn't meant to be negative.
Well, that's what he's trying to do now, trying to take away the negative look, trying to get the family look now.
You got to do that name.
The positive look.
You got to do that name. There's no positive way to refer to a pimp. A pimp is a pimp is a pimp. It's all disrespectful. You're all chauvinistic. It's misogynistic. It's taking advantage of women. And so when you have somebody like that calling themselves a dog, there's no good dog. A dog has one definition of taking advantage of women, dogging over women. So until he deals with that name, it's that energy. So it's like Tupac trying to redefine the N-word. You can try, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I can dig that.
You know?
Oh, man. Well, Jeff, thanks for coming to YourEntertainmentTicket.com. I really appreciate that you're coming on the show.